sun-soaked filter of an age that defined professional wrestling. We reflect both the glamour and the underlying tragedy of a family driven by one man's blind obsession. The warm, nostalgic hues evoke a sense of mythic grandeur, mirroring the way wrestling in the 80s was larger than life, full of spectacle and hero worship. At the same time, this golden glow contrasts with the underlying sadness that befalls the story, making struggles feel more heartbreaking. It gives the world that we are about to enter a dreamlike quality, one that is slowly overshadowed by loss, consumed by guilt, turning what was once prized into something mournfully faded. Before we begin, this video is sponsored by Surfshark. For more information, stay tuned after the video or follow the link in the description to secure your digital life with Surfshark VPN. Surfshark. VPN made easy, security made effortless. The opening shot of the Iron Claw is a striking and symbolic image if I've ever seen one. A black and white depiction of a wrestling ring, lit starkly from overhead and surrounded by an impenetrable void of darkness. This minimalist, almost haunting visual establishes the film's tone and thematic underpinnings before a single word is spoken. The wrestling ring in this image represents the central stage of the Von Erich family's lives. It is where they achieve their greatest triumphs, experience their most celebrated moments, and craft their legacy. Yet, the stark lighting isolates the ring from its surroundings, suggesting the loneliness and vulnerability that accompanies life under constant scrutiny. The wrestlers are performers in the spotlight, but beyond the cheers of the crowd lies an emptiness that mirrors the emotional void they often endure in private. This juxtaposition of light and darkness also reflects the duality of their existence. Public figures adored by fans, but burdened by personal struggles. The ring, while a symbol of fame, is also a battleground where their bodies, relationships, and mental health are tested to their limits. The overhead light focuses the viewer's attention solely on the ring, emphasizing its importance as a defining structure of the Von Erich's lives. It is both a platform for their success and a trap, confining them within the expectations of their father, Fritz Von Erich, as well as the entire wrestling world. The darkness that engulfs the frame implies the cost of living under the shadow of legacy. The Von Erichs are not just wrestlers, they are inheritors of Fritz's ambitions and vision. The void around the ring symbolizes the sacrifices they make, personal happiness, health, and in many cases, their lives, all to uphold this legacy. The image suggests that their identity is tied to this illuminated square, with little room for a life beyond it. The stark contrast between the light of the ring and the encroaching darkness foreshadows the traditions that will define the Von Erich story. While the ring is brightly lit, it's surrounded by this void that seems to press in, threatening to consume it, and them along with it. This visual metaphor hints at the inevitable losses and struggles that this family will endure, despite their moments of success. The black and white palette reinforces a sense of inevitability, stripping away vibrancy and suggesting the stark realities of their lives. It also evokes a sense of timelessness, grounding the story in both its historical context and its universal themes of ambition, family, and loss. The empty ring, devoid of wrestlers or an audience surrounding, also conveys the loneliness and emotional isolation that underpins the Von Erichs' narrative. Despite their fame and success, the family's story is one of individuals struggling with the weight of expectations and the fallout of generational trauma. The absence of movement or sound in this opening shot creates a moment of stillness that contrasts sharply with the chaos and energy of wrestling, inviting the viewer to reflect on what lies beneath the surface. For the Von Erichs, the wrestling ring is more than a workplace. It is a sacred space where their family name is built and maintained, but it is also a place of sacrifice, where their physical and emotional well-being is offered up for the sake of entertainment and legacy. The solitary ring in this opening shot takes on a near mythic quality, standing as both a shrine to their achievements and a symbol of their suffering. The Von Erich family is one of the most famous and tragic dynasties in the history of professional wrestling. Their story, rooted in glory and heartbreak, is both a celebration of athletic achievement and a sobering tale of generational trauma, personal sacrifice, and devastating loss. Sean Durkin's The Iron Claw stands as a harrowing exploration of generational trauma, weaving a tale of triumph and tragedy through a real-life story of the Von Erichsen wrestling dynasty. At its core, the film is not simply about the world of professional wrestling, but the devastating emotional inheritance passed down from father to sons, one that defines and constrains every member of the family. Through meticulous direction, raw performances, and a narrative steeped in inevitability, the film captures the crushing weight of legacy and the human struggle to break free from the past. At the heart of the film is Fritz von Erich, the patriarch of the family, whose iron will and unyielding determination to build a wrestling dynasty sets the stage for the familial tragedy that follows. Fritz is both a provider and a tyrant, a man driven by his own unfulfilled dreams and a desire to cement the Von Erich name in wrestling history. His sons, Kevin, David, and Kerry, are raised in an environment where success is not just expected, it's demanded. Fritz's obsession with perfection seeps into every aspect of the family's dynamic, creating an atmosphere where love and approval are conditional. The film highlights how the pressure manifests differently for each son, from Kevin's stoic acceptance of his role as the eldest to Kerry's desperation to meet his father's expectations. The performances capture the subtle ways in which Fritz's presence looms over this family, whether in the forced smiles during public appearances or the quiet moments of doubt and fear behind closed doors. Zac Efron's portrayal of Kevin Von Erich serves as the emotional anchor of the film, capturing a man torn between loyalty to his family and a desire to escape the cycle of pain. Efron's physical transformation is striking, but it is his emotional vulnerability that truly resonates. His portrayal of Kevin's resilience and quiet suffering becomes a lens through which the audience can experience the crushing weight of familial obligation. Jeremy Allen White's Kerry Von Erich, on the other hand, is a portrait of internalized pressure. White brings an explosive energy to the role, balancing moments of outward charm with an underlying sense of fragility. His struggle to maintain his father's approval while grappling with his own insecurities becomes a powerful symbol of the destructive nature of generational trauma. Holt McCallney delivers a chilling performance as Fritz, embodying the duality of a man who believes he is acting out of love while perpetuating a cycle of harm. Fritz is not a caricature of villainy, but a deeply flawed figure whose inability to reconcile with his past leads him to impose his unresolved pain onto his sons. Durkin's direction amplifies the emotional weight of the narrative through a muted visual palette and intimate cinematography. The camera often lingers on the faces of the Von Erich brothers, capturing the unspoken emotions that simmer beneath their outward displays of strength. As I said earlier, the wrestling ring, a symbol of the family's legacy, is both a stage for their triumphs and a prison that confines them to a path they cannot escape. The film's production design reinforces the oppressive nature of the family's environment. The Von Erich home, filled with trophies and mementos of past successes, becomes a shrine to Fritz's ambitions, and a constant reminder of the expectations placed on his sons. The stark contrast of the public adoration the family receives and the private pain they endure underscores the isolating effects of their shared trauma. One of the most poignant aspects of the Iron Claw is the exploration of how generational trauma perpetuates itself. Fritz's rigid ideals and emotional unavailability are rooted in his own struggles that he too was shaped by, the expectations and failures of those before him. This cyclical nature of trauma is reflected in the brothers' interactions, as they inadvertently mirror their father's behaviors in their relationships with one another. It's about a darker side of human experience: family, ambition, loss, and resilience. Rather than presenting a dry retelling of historical events, the film focuses on the emotional lives of its characters, making their struggles universally relatable. The film delves into the intricate relationships between the Von Erich family, highlighting both the love that binds them and the pressures that fracture them. The tension between a father's vision of success and the toll it takes on his family is central to the narrative, capturing the essence of generational trauma. By focusing on the emotional stakes, Kevin's burden as the surviving son carries internal conflict between fame and personal struggles, and the brothers' shared pain. The film transcends the biographical genre. The emotions feel raw and immediate, grounding the story in a reality that resonates beyond the screen. This is a film that does not shy away from the devastating consequences of this cycle. As the brothers face personal and professional challenges, their inability to escape the shadow of their father leads to a series of tragedies that fracture the family entirely. The narrative's unrelenting focus on these moments of loss and heartbreak serves as a stark reminder of long-term impacts of unaddressed trauma. Despite its heavy subject matter, The Iron Claw offers a glimmer of hope in the form of Kevin's journey. As the last surviving brother, Kevin emerges as a figure of resilience and redemption, determined to honor his family's legacy while forging a new path for himself. His ability to reflect on the past and break free from the cycle of trauma becomes a powerful testament to the human capacity for healing and growth. The Iron Claw is a deeply affecting exploration of generational trauma, brought to life through compelling performances and a keen understanding of the emotional complexities that define the Von Erich family's story. By delving into the intricacies of their relationships and the social pressures that shape them, the film transcends the wrestling backdrop to become a universal tale of love, loss, and the enduring struggle to overcome the past. Sean Durkin's masterful storytelling ensures that every frame resonates with the weight of the family's legacy, leaving audiences with a profound sense of empathy and reflection. Horror isn't limited to the genre. as every day threats surround us in the form of bad actors who seek to steal our data in a variety of creative ways that we will likely never see coming. But now you can keep yourself protected from threats like these with Surfshark. Protect your connection and reclaim your privacy with Surfshark VPN. Every time you go online, you're exposed to data breaches, hackers, and trackers. But with one powerful solution, you can blow them all to hell harder than Brody took out Jaws. With effortless online privacy, stay secure 24/7 with a VPN that connects, reconnects, and protects you wherever you go. Experience the web the way it was meant to be, with no ads, no trackers, and no cookie pop-ups. Try Surfshark with confidence using a 30-day risk-free trial. If it's not for you, get a full refund, no questions asked. A single subscription covers your entire household, with protection for multiple devices. There are no logs and no tracking, meaning what you do online stays private, always. Plus, with Nexus technology, you can customize your VPN experience with dynamic multi-hop and IP rotator for ultimate anonymity. Plus, WiseGuard ensures a fast, secure connection without compromise. Surfshark shields you from malware, scans files before you download them, and even blocks unauthorized access to your webcam. Data brokers often sell your personal information. Incogni fights back, removing your data from the web. Plus, you can get an alternate email and virtual phone number to protect your identity online. If you need help, their support team is always there via live chat or email. Are you ready to experience true online freedom? Try Surfshark risk-free today using the link in the description. Surf the web without tracking with a VPN. Shield your devices with antivirus. And guard your identity with an all-in-one app. Surfshark. VPN made easy. Security made effortless. Well, friends, that's gonna be all for now. I hope you enjoyed this one. The Iron Claw was a film that hit deeply for me. I grew up as a fan of wrestling, so not only did it hit the nostalgia nerve, but it explores a truly dark and tragic story, and it paints it in such a mythological light, with performances that I found utterly flooring. I highly recommend giving this a watch if you haven't already. I have linked the film down below so you can add it to your collection. Until next time, stay safe, break free from the trauma that family forces upon you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.